Warhorse Overland here. Let's go over this Colt. Color here is Anvil Gray. GR08 is the color code for cardinal powder coatings. Absolutely phenomenal texture and color to go to. The texture being a hammered texture, which really gives this a very clean and pretty robust finish. Dirt and grime is just gonna really come right off of this stuff. We have stainless steel decals, which I think they're pretty cool. Those can be put just about anywhere on the trailer. Talking about the suspension, just going over the basics. Dexter straight axle, 3,500 pounds, sitting on 1,300 pound springs. So you have 2,600 pounds. Payload is 35 on the axle, but the springs are 26. Reason being is that gives you more of a cushier ride. That's how we tune those straight axles, to not make them so bouncy. The Colts and the Colt lights come standard with straight axles. The studs come standard with the Timbrens. The studs are more of the built out expedition style trailer. Colts, you can make a Colt very entry level. You can make a Colt light very entry level. This build would be considered kind of mid tier. There are some add-ons. I'll point those out as I keep going through here. In terms of the tires are just the standard stock 31-inch all-terrain tires sitting on 15-inch steel wheels. A spare is included with the Colt. However, standard, the spare is going to sit on the front. If you want the spare on the rear, that's an add-on for the rear spare tire carrier mount system. In terms of, I guess I'll start from the back here. You know, obviously we have our spare mounted on the rear door. On the lower portion here, you see the ARK jacks. These are jacks and stabilizers, so they will actually lift the entire trailer up. So 2 are included with all builds, no matter what. But optional add-on on the front here is, you'll see we have 2 on the front. So that's gonna give you a nice 4-post stabilizer system. When you're kind of off-grid camping, you can really post this thing up wherever and find a level, solid, sturdy ground. Side molly panels, these were added to the sides here, so they look really nice. They're 11 gauge, so they're very robust and tough. The bolt patterns are 2-inch on center, so just about any of your accessories are going to fit on there. Got one on each side. Now on the roof rack, this adjustable roof rack, all trailers come with an adjustable up and down roof rack. Stay tuned in the future. The studs currently have a expandable roof rack, which these posts can essentially be moved fore and aft on a linear bracket. The Colts and the Colt lights will have those as well. Just obviously got to make the parts and get a video of it, but those are available. This is set to the lowest position, roughly 10 inches. You can raise this up to another 17 inches, to a total of 17 inches, so another 7 inches. This is a rear enclosure. With a 31-inch spare, it clears it perfectly. If you put a bigger tire back here, you're obviously gonna have to open the rear door to open this, but whatever. But yeah, you can really enclose the space and just throw chairs, tables, grills, whatever you want up here. We can outfit the top with a rubber mat as well, the same rubber mat that's inside the trailer, which I'll show you shortly, just to kind of protect the coating up here because it looks so nice. You see here, these are little wiring grommets. So 3/8 wiring grommets. Reason being is there's a hole in there, but I put a dab of silicone just to kind of, obviously to keep it watertight, but you just kind of poke that silicone out, and then those are great for putting external lighting. So if you need to get wiring out, you have that hole there to do so. And then on the side rack plates, you have these holes up top, which allow you to mount all sorts of different stuff. Also, they're good little zip tie mounts, so you can, consolidate your wiring. The lighting kits that you'll see us using, which I'll make a video very soon with a trailer that'll have the Kingpin equipped lighting, but they're Kingpin equipped 40-inch light bars. They're red and they're white. They're tiltable and they come on dimmer switches. So it's going to be an absolute perfect lighting setup. I mean, because when you're set up on camp, it kind of sucks to have just a light that's just constantly beaming in your face. Like, you want dimmer switches. And these Kingpin equipped, they engineered these things perfect. They're right down the road from us here in Denver. So stay tuned for those lights. There's going to be interior lights from Kingpin equipped as well. On the side, we got our awning mount brackets. So these just interface on this nut, and then they come sliding in and out depending on what your clamshell looks like. So some people have pop-out style tents, which you probably won't use this feature. But if you have a clamshell like me, the clamshell is going to occupy some of this space and it's going to hit that bracket. So you might need to move that out. Next thing I'm thinking about working on, what I'm working on right now, is going to be a system that's going to basically clip to the bottom of this, and it's going to magnet mount here. And what that's going to be is a rain gutter. One thing you'll find is when your tent and your awning, there's this void. It's on vehicles, it's kind of plaguing everybody. But I'm going to come up with a solution, and it's going to be like this rain gutter system that's going to kind of catch it and bring all that water out. So when you have your awning set up and you're working in here, like, the side of your trailer is not going to be wet. I find that to be really annoying, so I'm gonna fix that. But I'll stay on topic here. Talked about the side molly panels. We got the roof rack knocked off there. Front top molly panel for the Expedition tongue box. So talk about the Expedition tongue box for a little bit. Comes standard with an electrical pass-through. This is nice if you need to bring in stuff from your vehicle, you need to bring stuff out from the tongue box. The tongue box really is a great system for your electrical management. Stay tuned as well. You're going to see a lot of fabrication done to this tongue box to accommodate Warhorse's custom electrical setup. So you're going to see up top, there's going to be a bracket or mount that's going to mount a 100 amp hour flat pack battery. And there's going to be solar charge controllers, AC to DC charging, inverters, all sorts of stuff consolidated within this void here. And you'll see on other builds, this is a great place to put your electrical pass-throughs and accessories. So when you're looking at those, there's a few types of electrical accessories that you need to be aware of. This trailer actually has one, because we can put these anywhere. So this is a shore power connector. So if you have, I mean, even if you had a custom power setup, you're gonna need this for your AC to DC charging. But or if you have a Jackery or a Blue Eddy or a external consolidated power supply, this is gonna be a great way to keep that charged, and so you don't have to like wires throughout the trailer and crimp up extension cord into the side door. This thing just pops open here, stays watertight, dust tight, dirt tight, whatever. Plug your extension cord in, and then on the other side you just have your charger for your system. If we make you a custom power setup, that's going to go to your AC to DC charger. So this customer wanted it under the driver's side fender, but again, we can always put it here. I really like this location, just because I just feel like it's just makes a lot of logical sense for kind of electrical consolidation. But these pass-throughs as well, these can go anywhere as well. So this is the second type of pass-through. So I call this an external pass-through, meaning you need to get wiring externally out of the trailer. So one's included on the tongue box there, but this is again another good place for it. Also, if you have a Jackery or Blue Eddy and you're going to have it on inside of the driver or passenger side door, it's really a good idea to put one here or down here so you can fish your wiring out. When you're set up at camp, you just bring one extension cord out and you can just live off of that extension cord. If you wanted a really basic setup, then you don't have to worry about water getting in and crimping an extension cord into that door. So just keep that in mind. We can put those electrical pass-throughs anywhere. The third type of pass-through is an internal pass-through. And so on the Expedition tongue box that's sitting on the other side of this front compartment, obviously you're going to want to get wiring to the other side of that. So This can, again, be mounted anywhere. And really good place for it is in the top left or right corner, or on both corners. I got a stud build in the shop that there's 2 on either side. But that's gonna be really good. So if you keep your power supply in here, you know, you have a really nice kind of central gateway where you're gonna be able to get wiring in and out of this thing. So that's the third type. So I covered that. The Expedition tongue box itself is obviously powder coated alike with the trailer. It can be added later. All the tongue lengths on the Colts are now extended. They come stock with a 18-inch extension. That way, if you ever needed a tongue box in the future, we can just send you one, and you won't have like this awkward overhang. It'll fit. It'll kind of end really nicely on that 45 there. So this is a new product. This is first trailer equipped with the side door molly panels. So they're just attached with these 4 quarter 20 bolts. This is a great way to outfit a water heater, or just you know, first aid kits, different types of molly accessories. It's a blank template for you. That's the whole point. It's a template. So for me, what I like to put big long molly pouches, and in one side I have my toiletries, the other side I have like my sunscreen and my bug spray. I like a little first aid kit on one side, on the bottom, and then on the other side I might put stuff like pouch for batteries, AA's, AAA's, etc. So yep, these are looking really nice setups. If you go to the other side of the front compartment, we'll talk about the cooler slide. So the cooler slide is sitting on the kind of the strut channel system that we use. It's called the front compartment strut channel system. It's really the naming, I don't know what to name it, but regardless, it allows you to not have to drill holes in the floor of the trailer, and also gets it to the right height so you don't have any collisions with the door frame itself. So standard rough country drawer slide. When you order a drawer slide, a cooler drawer slide from Warhorse, I mean, this is kind of the standard, but we do have custom slides, which I'll show you here in a minute. But in terms of like cooler slides for the passengers or driver's side front compartment, this is the best bang for your buck. It fits just about anything. It really does. It fits a ton of different types of coolers. I rarely, maybe 10% of the time, I'll have issues with fitment. It's mostly on your like big ass 75 Domestics and stuff like that. But the cool thing about the system is you can just order the system without the drawer slide, and then bam, you can put whatever slide you want on there. And also these rails are helpful for your Jackery or your Blue Eddy. You can put that there, your external power supply, and you can strap that down so it's not just bouncing around back there. Oh, another note on wiring. So this trailer is equipped with the electrical wiring gussets. So this is just a good way, a clean way of consolidating the wiring around the trailer, giving you kind of that clean look. My view on electrical stuff and power stuff, you should see the light, but you should not see anything else. Like, I hate wires. And if you do see the wires, they better be clean. They better be organized. So again, another passenger side molly panel on this door. And looking really good with the contrast with the gray and the black. Just can't go wrong with this gray. Just really can't. On the front, we have the Extreme Off-Road wheel jack. So this is just a great jack for just being able to move this thing around however you want. Like, you can just manhandle your trailer around with this jack on there. I measured the tongue weight on this trailer. It's sitting at 280 pounds dry right now. With a tent, you're going to be encroaching on probably 340 to 350. So having that wheel jack is going to be extremely handy if you have it in your garage, you're on the campsite, whatever, being able to maneuver the trailer. And it's removable off of this 1/4-inch plate. So if that thing, God forbid, ever breaks or whatnot, you can get replacements, etc. Now for the rear compartment, I've been kind of saving this. This is a new product from Warhorse Overland. I don't have it powder coated yet, but this is the full-size rear drawer slide. I don't have it powder coated because I'm kind of thinking a cooler color rather than just boring black, maybe like a orange or something. I don't know. Leave me a comment. What do you think? So there's a few points here. So obviously this thing occupies the entire rear compartment of the Colt. Now you'll see this also interfaces on the strut channel system, which again just gets it up to a nice height, makes things super removable, makes things super strong. It's just a no-brainer. A couple things on this slide. These are E-track slots that are lasered into the pan itself. So like this is an E-track elastic strap that I got at Harbor Freight for like almost like $3 or something, but just makes things removable. So I kind of have these things strategically located. So if you wanted to outfit, I have a customer who has pre-ordered this and they're going to put their storage boxes. There's going to be 6 of them on there. So they're kind of fit in a nice order, and you can kind of use these, mounts as you see fit to kind of strap down and load out your particular setup. So whether that be cooler on one side and boxes and crates on the other, this is just a really good way to get all of your cargo out, so you don't have to, you know, reach back in there and constantly fight trying to get stuff back in that space. So it's 34 inches of depth and about 40 inches of width. So you've got a pretty large platform here. So take a look on the website. We'll have this thing, we'll have continually updated on videos once it's powder coated, more pictures once it's powder coated. There's a few things I might change. I might add more of these, because why not? Because I wanted to test to see how, if those reduced any of the strength value of this slide. It doesn't, so I have room where I can add some more of those just to give a more of a usable template, because I think this E-track is just the way to go in terms of best bang for your buck, modularity. It doesn't need to be super fancy like you see some of these other, you know, builders. They'll have this, their own proprietary stuff. It's like, no, use stuff that's readily available off the shelf that we've been using for years, you know. So you'll see more information on this, but excited just to get it out. So you can see this is obviously a prototype, because I have WH for Warhorse on this side, but I forgot to mirror it, so it's HW. So prototype. All right, so keep an eye out for this. But yeah, I'm just really pumped, because I think this is just going to be, I think people are going to get really good use out of this. I can see this in the field. Like, it really does suck to have to, this can turn into kind of a mess, but if it's out, you can really organize it, and especially having a way to strap everything down. So it still gives you plenty of headroom. And also in the trailer, so you can see that 120 volt short power connector coming out there. You have more pass-throughs that are built into the trailer, just standard. That's going to give you ability to really just kind of modularize this thing out with electrical. There are the wiring gussets. If you want those, just make sure you add those to your build form. And yeah, there are those little grommets, the little 3/8 grommets as well. That's where your electrical for the roof is going to come out to power your side lighting. We also have a rear fold down table here. Very basic. Rough country fold down table. So can't go wrong. Thanks for watching. If you've stayed tuned. Again, this is the Colt. This is our mid-size Overland Expedition trailer. We have the Colt Light, which is a smaller variant, and the Stud, which is the big boy. I mean, it's really not that much bigger than the Colt, but it just has a little bit more modularized storage. So, any questions? Sales of Warhorse Overland? Give me a holler. Thanks so much for watching.